Aloha. You are here with me today because you're a high performing woman who is probably feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and or mentally exhausted in your daily life. You might be feeling physically exhausted and tense from just being in go 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 mode, and you might catch yourself, overreacting with irritability to the smallest things with your family, with your friends, maybe even with your coworkers. You might even, want to stop the cycle of negative self-talk, and learn how to be more loving and more compassionate with yourself. Or perhaps you're just feeling stuck in a cycle of unhealthy patterns and you're longing to bring joy and hope and meaning back into your life, right? The bottom line is you want to stop feeling mentally exhausted, like you're going through the motions, and you want to start living in the present moment so that you can fully connect with yourself and with your loved ones in more meaningful and fulfilling ways, right? And all along, you've been told that you need to try exercise and meditation and supplements and journaling and acupuncture and massage and body work to release tension and to boost your energy levels. But here's the thing, you are still feeling exhausted, and everyone else's needs are seeming to come before yours. You want so badly to feel physically and mentally and even spiritually restored and recalibrated and rejuvenated, but it's like nothing is working to shift you out of these unhealthy patterns that are keeping you feeling stuck and exhausted, right? And the truth of the matter is that creating mental agility that actually balances mental health and wellness, it's not about supplements or self-help books or spa memberships, right? Like seeking these external solutions to overcome mental and physical exhaustion will actually always leave you feeling as if you're not enough, right? And I see this so often with women. We're feeling not healthy enough, not tranquil enough, not perfect enough, not wise enough, not pretty enough, not good enough, not rich enough. And the list just goes on and on and on. And in our culture of overworking and overexerting and overcommitting, the key to sustainable mental health and wellness is actually doing less, not more. And we do this by practicing the art of being rather than doing, right? So, in other words, really transforming mental exhaustion into mental agility is not about seeking external validation or love or solutions outside of yourself. It's actually about journeying inward to reconnect to your highest and your wisest self. In truth, everything that you need to achieve a new level of performance, it's already within you, right? But who am I to be telling you this? So, my name is Sarah Slater Snyder, and I am a licensed clinical social worker with a thriving private therapy practice. And I am a 200-hour registered yoga teacher and a neuroperformance strategist in Hawaii. And within my wellness business that integrates neuroscience and psychology and yoga, I teach women who are feeling, mentally and physically exhausted, how to neurohack their brain and body to achieve peak performance, health, and balance, right? So ideally, what we want is that they can embody their highest potential and to create their own fully embodied internal paradise, right? That's the goal. That's what we want. And I have to tell you that I've seen so many women get stuck in the spiral of overworking and overcommitting and anxious overthinking, which really keeps them operating in fight or flight mode. It's like we're in fight or flight survival mode 24/7, right? And if this resonates with you, perhaps you, like so many women that I work with, you might turn to prescriptions or substances or mindless scrolling on social media, right? To just numb out and to stop your overthinking because you don't know what else to do. And this is so common, right? But turning to these mind numbing strategies to relax, what you're doing really is you're using sort of addictive and temporary and sometimes just these very expensive band-aid solutions to mask the issue, but you're not sustainably solving the problem. So when you stop looking outside of yourself and you actually learn how to turn your attention inward to align body, mind, and spirit, you are finally able to stop disconnecting from your overwhelming day with a numbing bottle of wine or mindless scrolling on social media. And, the good news that I want to tell you is that you actually hold the key. You hold the key to calming your nervous system and to quieting the mental chatter. But you just have to learn how to actually access and regulate your body's relaxation response so that you can permanently retrain and rewire your brain and your body, right? And so imagine, being able to feel calm and intentional in your responses after a day that's left your stomach in knots, right? And imagine feeling eager for tomorrow because you no longer have to, mask your emotions or, but instead you have learned how to manage and regulate your thoughts, your feelings, and really your responses in healthier ways. And so when you learn how to train your brain to rebound from stress, you essentially shift from being like a hot reactive mess, which I know we all can relate to, myself included, to being like this cool, calm, conscious CEO of your life. And this is why I created my Embodied Paradise Methodology, right? Because I wanted to teach powerhouse women like you to stop fighting against the exhaustion and the overwhelm, and instead to actually create internal and external balance by integrating neuroscience, psychology, and yoga to create your own fully embodied internal paradise, right? So let me just break this down a little bit for you. I'll break down my Embodied Paradise methodology for you into my 3 core components, okay? So your first step really on the path to paradise is understanding that your body, it's brilliantly built, right? That's the amazing part. Your nervous system is actually like a well-oiled machine. It has an accelerator, which is basically your sympathetic fight or flight response, which protects you from danger, right? So it's actually a good thing, but with prolonged stress, not so good. And we also have a brake, right? And the brake is our parasympathetic rest and digest relaxation response. And most people don't realize that the key to counteracting stress, anxiety, and insomnia is actually learning to use soothing somatic strategies that slow down the fight or flight response and activate the relaxation response. And so the reality is that if you're constantly operating in survival mode, you're gonna burn out, right? And I know that some of you have experienced this. My soothing somatic strategies take you out of exhausted reactivity and into peak performance, basically by rewiring your brain and your body to optimize sleep and stress and health so that you can operate at your highest potential in a matter of weeks, not years, right? And as a result, you're going to sleep better than you have in years because your body is finally able to achieve a deep, profound state of relaxation, and you become essentially responsive rather than reactive, right, to stress. And this is actually going to triple your productivity by boosting your energy, your balance, and your performance. And once we learn how to self-soothe the body, basically our second step on the path to paradise is to learn the process of mindful reframing, right? So mindful reframing combines metacognition, thinking about our thinking, with non-judgmental awareness to basically rewire your thought patterns and free you from the cycle of negative self-talk, right? So the reality is that when you are stuck in a cycle of negative self-talk, it damages your self-esteem and it damages your bottom line, right? When you learn my mindful reframing strategies, you basically are leveraging the power of mindset to turbocharge your confidence. And as a result, right, you're elevating your confidence by learning how to speak to yourself really with compassion and with love. And you develop an abundance mindset rather than a scarcity mindset, which really replaces scarcity with trust and ease and flow and wealth. And your motivation soars, which actually boosts your performance really to peak levels, and it allows your relationships to flourish. And so finally, once we've developed a healthier inner dialogue, we actually want to practice soulful silence to essentially hit the pause button so that we can do less to experience more on the path to paradise, right? So what this means is that you stop basically filling your day with more tasks and you actually create time and space to turn inwards through grounding, through mindfulness, and through meditation practices. And all of these assist in tapping into a deeper connection to yourself, right? So by practicing soulful silence, you actually are learning how to tune out the external noise and chaos of the world around you. And you're learning essentially how to tune in to your inner wisdom, right? And the truth is that when we are bombarded with stressful stimuli, it's difficult to function at optimal levels. And when you are willing to cut through that external chaos of the outer world through soulful silence, you can finally connect to your highest self as a silent, non-judgmental observer of your own fully embodied paradise, right? And that's what we want. We want to create that for you. And so as a result, you're not only strengthening your intuition by tapping into that deeper, knowing within yourself, but that's going to actually boost your decision making and your efficiency and your productivity. And you're rewiring your brain to rebound more quickly from anxious survival mode to safe soothing mode. And internally, this builds resilience, right? The ability to sort of bounce back. And it boosts happiness by really creating your own fully embodied paradise. Externally, of course, you also are becoming more motivated, more efficient, more productive, right? And that optimizes your performance to create the life of your dreams. And so you can see that when you're feeling mentally exhausted, but you're continually looking outside of yourself for solutions, you're always going to feel as if you're not enough. And you're going to get stuck really in this cycle of sort of the spiral of like overdoing and overthinking. And that can lead to very addictive and expensive mind-numbing temporary band-aid solutions to mask the overwhelm, but you're not sustainably resolving your exhaustion, right? And so this is why if we are relying on these external solutions, whether it's supplements or self-help books or spa memberships or other things that are outside of ourself, this actually hinders you from achieving peak performance, health, and balance, right? My embodied paradise methodology can actually help you to create internal and external balance by essentially integrating neuroscience, psychology, and yoga to create really your own fully embodied paradise. And I really know that you are ready to stop living in a state of constant fight or flight and mental exhaustion. And I just want to invite you to hop on a free performance pathway call with me, where I'll share with you examples of how my embodied paradise methodology can actually help you to permanently retrain and rewire your brain and your body to rebound from stress so that you can actually achieve your highest potential, right? As that like cool, calm, and conscious CEO of your own life. That's what we want. And on this free 20-minute call, we will basically clarify your performance goals. We will identify your barriers to wellness. And I will share with you how my embodied paradise methodology can actually help you to neurohack your brain and your body so that basically you can step into your own power and you can live more authentically in truth, right? And in joy and in abundance so that you can create your own fully embodied paradise. And together we'll determine if we're a good fit to work together, and we'll explore basically which of my offers resonates most with you and go from there. So to book a free performance pathway call, just go to my website. It's aboundingcircles.com/appointments, or you can just privately message me. And if you have any questions, and we can set something up. Okay, so thank you so much for your time. I really look forward to connecting with you, and I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. Aloha.